all my idea came from Bred For Bass, the way he did it, without drilling any new holes in an aluminum boat. That's what I was trying to avoid, because I didn't want to see it crack. So go watch his videos. They're like 3 years old on when he did mount it. But that'll give you an idea of what to do if you're going to go this way, which I thought was the best that I saw. And same with running the air hose around your, give it about 4 winds around there, I think is fine, 4 or 5, and then stretch the rest out. But that's where I got all my ideas from, and I think it'll work. I wanted to show you something else that's going to make your life easier, because when I was watching his videos, it was everybody who puts these boats together puts them together different depending on who's doing your boat that day. I imagine that's the way I would look at it. Whatever's easier, it's assembly line. That's what they're going to do. So let's see. There's how my opening was compared to his opening. It looked like he only had the slot. Well, the guy who was working on this one, cut it wide open there. So, yeah. And when you're reattaching your bolts, this worked the best for me. A 3-foot wooden one that I just zip tied the wrench to so I could control it. And when you're looking at your bolts, you shine enough lights underneath here. Once you get this plate set to where you want it, you can see your light as they're coming up underneath it. And I glued, like he said on the video Bred For Bass, I glued those 2-inch washers on top of it, again with liquid steel, because that's what I have. And I just slid them underneath there and shined my flashlight. Took a yellow marker, which seemed to show up best underneath there, or whatever you got as green would work too, and just made an X right over the little washer hole where the screw needs to go into, so I could find it easier as I'm sliding this up underneath there with the washer in it and putting it out. So everything I did, like I said, Bred For Bass. He's really was great with this boat. He's got a new boat now, so who knows where that's going to go. But I wish him the best, anyways. Yeah, if you want, there's some more ideas. It's what I did. It's how I did it, and this saved me. I thought I need a bar. I bought a bar, but this was the best. It gave me enough slack and tension so I could get it up in there when I screwed it in. All right, good day. Here's the other side of that aluminum plate I put on. I also put those bushings underneath there. I used the ones that were the new ones that came with it, and the old ones just to space it out, so you can see it sits a little higher on there. It doesn't sit flush. But there's how the puck mounted on there. If I would have moved this up a little further, it would have been fine, but I left it right there because it lined up, with the edge of this, so I thought it'd be fine. And you can see how it sits over to make it so when I drop it in, it sits like it's supposed to. I put another hole in there, 5 instead of 4, just for extra reinforcements. Plus, I had to drill down a little bit more in each one of these holes to make the bolts that I had tap into this right here. So that's how that looks with that. So, and then with the trolling motor, the one you have in your boat, it's not going to work with. You got to replace it. I suggest you replace the whole thing. That's what I have to do. Because finding this piece that works with this that it comes with, at least on mine, I don't know what they had that day when they were putting yours together, but on mine, it's that kind of plug. Yeah. So there's the steel plate I got to cover that up. I'm going to cut it so it fits and carpet it and just bolt it down here on the top and on the bottom. It's strong enough, so I don't have to worry about it supporting my weight. It's going to be fine. I'm a big guy too, so. Plus, I'll have a hole to get in there when I need to. Cool. I mount it with the transducer and everything that goes with the garment. And for this, I mounted right here to this plate. This is a tin plate. Comes on and off. It's got like 6 screws. And there you can see it working. I didn't find anything that I wanted to mess with wiring it underneath there. So I wired it, let me turn it off. I just ran the wire that comes with it all the way down the side of the boat, stuck it underneath that rail, and add a little bit more wire to it. But yeah, that way for me it was, is it going to interfere if I wired it into something else that's, you know, doing something else? I didn't want to deal with that, so I just ran it all the way back and went to the battery with it. But if you got an extra wire, I've got an extra wire, but it didn't work underneath there, an extra connector, extra male and female connector, but I couldn't figure out how to make it work, and I wasn't going to dick with it, so I ran it all the way back to the battery. Works fine. There's some of that hose that I used, what's left of that, and I put it on there, wrapped it around about 5 times. I don't know how it's going to work yet. I haven't even stuck it in the water. But I just did it for aesthetics, and I think it's going to work like it's supposed to, because that should be enough slack to handle it. That's how I mounted the transducer. So there's that. And then I took those bolts out, and I did that to it to hold that. So as I said, it's all from the hardware store. Different ideas from different people online, so so much cable I've got there. This is just a plug. Don't pay any attention to that. So, but I'll go mount it back up, and I'll post one again about how it looks on there. So, yeah, hopefully everything works out like it's supposed to. But I was doing it with my boat, even though we got the same boats. When you're mounting this, so I'll show you. Flip it. Oh, and so when you're mounting it, you can see on this side. See how the puck is, right? I mean, not the puck, but the aluminum plate. I lined it up right here. It has to sit out probably another inch. Would be a good idea to sit it out another inch, and I'll show you why. He doesn't. I don't think he mentions this when he's mounting it, but I watched his video and I saw that he did this when he was mounting it. But you have to move the puck. You can't see it from down there, but the puck is right on the lip, so it extends out about an inch. So when it does that, it clears that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you can see underneath there. See, that's how the puck sits on that and how I tapped it. There you go. That gives you an idea. That's what you have to pay attention to. Otherwise, that is not going to clear. And you have to watch that. And then with your screws up here, this one, the bolt that you can't see that sits right here is a screw. It's not a nut. Save that. You're going to need it from your edge. The rest of them go right on in the holes that you need. And you can see where this hole was. I just went over it and put some liquid nails in it and painted it. This screw here is the only one I couldn't get a nylon nut on. All the rest of them have nylons. Use nylons. That's going to make your life a lot easier. And I still got to fill that in for my... And a transducer I'm mounting. There's some black hose that I got. It was this stuff here, and I found it on Amazon, of course. There you go. There you go, if that helps. Of course, it's made in China. Going to cost you double. But yeah, it's the black one, 1/4. I think that's what it says here. But anyways, there you go with the diameter and everything. So there's that. And yeah, and I'm splitting the hose right now to make it without the bike. All right, I'm all done. I got it mounted, got the foot pedal mounted. That came out great. Put that little piece over there, carpeted it. Put that on top. Had to change out the plug, of course, but yeah, it's no problem. Got that bar's new, so, you know, made it a little easier for me to see it without squinting at it so hard. Hey, and the remote that came with mine was this shiny one, digital. Nice. So there's that with the air hose, 1/4. I think there's a video on there about it. And then did that to it. Sits on this unit now, so you might have to do something different with your tracker. XL there. But there you go. Get a couple of these. The smaller end comes to the outside, the fatter end goes to the inside. So that way it gets on here. Mount this, like the other video says, mount this bar down here at least an inch up from where I did. If I had to do it again with the holes, that's what I would have done, because there you can see there's the puck, there's how it sits. But it works. Painted it black. Everything for my ideas basically came from Bred For Bass, but I think I mentioned him enough in the video. But without his ideas, I would have been still looking for a way to do it, or effing it up my own way, which is highly possible. There's that, all nice and clean. Everything's tucked up and run toward the back. Foot pedal sits right here. Nice thing about this is you can do whatever you want to with it. It's so light and so small. I had it sitting in what, the Easy Troll foot tray. That's what I had in there before for the one that came with the edge there, because it was so damn huge. But that low profile. Just wonder if you can run both the off the remote there and the foot pedal and have them both plugged in at the same time and still use them both. I don't see why you can't, but that's something I'll figure out when I'm on the water. Next is to get used to that remote. Go play with it, watch some videos and play with it, set it up like it's supposed to be, or as close as I can get it for now. So yeah, zip tied those. I don't need a lot of wire. Take that off. I got to take it off, of course, to cover it up. So yeah, that's one thing. And the bars are gonna have to come down. It sits way too tall. Yeah, there's that seat. Got rid of the other two. There's the opening. That's where the carpet came from. So yeah, you watch my other video. I think I only got one, maybe two more. So there you go. All about the boat, baby.